So hello and welcome to day 27, and today it's all about moving. Yes, it's late. I've had a busy day, but I did get moving. So without further ado, let's do this. So after my 2-hour clean this morning, I decided to go to Rickmansworth and get a few things I needed. I popped into the local Marks Spencer's there and I bought myself some Marmite cheddar cheese. When I was in there last week, I actually picked up the Marmite sandwiches. However, they didn't have any on the shelf today, so I had to think of something else for lunch. And then I took myself off to the local garden centre because I needed a few things from the garden centre. One being a present for my neighbour because it's her birthday coming up. And secondly, I'm itching to get out into my garden. However, it's still far too early to be buying any plants to put out in the garden just yet. We are still getting some very cold evenings. However, I didn't really fancy anything on their menu apart from Cumberland sausage and mash, but I decided just to play it safe and go for a toasted tea cake for lunch. I resisted buying any of the little tiny plug plants. However, I did buy myself this lovely yellow orchid. And also I did manage to buy my neighbour her birthday present. Once home, as it was a lovely sunny afternoon, although still a little bit on the cold side, I decided to finally take the lights off my fence from Christmas. The batteries died in them back in December. However, it's either been too wet, too cold, or I just haven't had enough time to be outside and take them off the fence. And as I was taking the lights off this part of the fence, I soon realised that actually I need to spend 5 or 10 minutes out in the garden and get rid of all that dead foliage. I did myself a 15-minute timer and said, after 15 minutes, that's it. Just get this little bit done. And guess what? It didn't actually take me that long to do. And then I turned my attention to this part of the pathway, which my neighbour actually used to get to his car. So I decided I'd better give that a tidy up too. I actually need to do the whole length of this fence. However, I just need to do that little bit to make sure he doesn't trip over or slip on the foliage. And every time I open my front door, I see this raised bed and I'm like, I just so need to tidy this up. But Rome wasn't built in a day, so I did a little bit more from that raised bed and then called it quits. And then the last thing I wanted to do was put some suet blocks out for the birds. And I took a quick walk around my garden and seeing how messy it looks. And I'm like, I really need to get out here and sort it all out. But as I say, Rome wasn't built in a day. And maybe in the coming days when we get some nice weather, I'll spend about 5 or 10 minutes each day out here if I can. And as for Blue, he's really wanting his cat mint to eat. However, it's the wrong time of year, mate. You're going to have to wait a few more months for it to come into bloom. Sorry, Blue. But he did enjoy the sun on his face for a little while. And then I did another first for 2025. Not only did I do some gardening, but I also sat outside and enjoyed a lovely hot chocolate. So there you have it. Yes, I went and run some errands. I went to a garden centre and I did some gardening for the first time this year. Woohoo! And bonus, I enjoyed my first cup of hot chocolate outside in the garden at my outside table. Enjoyed it so much. I'm like so looking forward to having my breakfast outside again. Hopefully when we get warmer weather. March is almost upon us, so fingers crossed that we're going to have some really nice weather in March and I can start getting outside in the mornings, listening to the birds cheeping, tweeting. This evening when I was out there having my cuppa, I could hear all the birds tweeting away and I'm like, yep, spring's just almost here. So let's tick off day 27, which is move, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 28, which is review. And I will also speak to you about March's challenge because I have been busy this evening and I've done my piece of paper for the March challenge, which I said to you guys about in one of the videos that I was going to do, and a lot of you said, yeah, do it. So I have been busy doing that. So I'll reveal that all to you tomorrow. So until then, bye.